What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday. And for today's matchup, we have Adventure Pranks versus a branded Eldlich with me as the prankster going first. Now, I did tell you guys in my last video I was pretty sick. That's why I cannot do the Twitch stream or the uploads. And thank you guys for asking in the comments how I'm doing, and I hope I feel better. Yes, I am feeling better right now. As you guys can tell from my voice, I still am getting the sort of cutouts from my voice, but it's way better than it was yesterday. So thank you guys for all of that. Really appreciate it, and I love you guys for it. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So as you guys see right here, I do have a combo starter card in my hand, so I use it to go into my combo. Now generally, and when I say generally, I mean like 80 to 85% of the times, if you do go into your combo and you look at your opponent's deck and it says they're playing 35 cards or maybe 41, 42, 43 cards in total, uh, and they do not hand trap you when you are doing your combo, you gotta think in the back of your head that maybe, just maybe, you are up against an Eldlich player. And I would say about 60 to 70% of the time you would be guessing right. If your opponent does not hand trap you, you are, excuse me, you're generally are playing against an Eldlich player. In this specific scenario, I was playing against an Eldlich player, but I sadly could not do the 2-card full combo because I did not have the cards required to the 2-card full combo. So we go into our 1-card full combo, and over here again, I just had a feeling in the back of my head that maybe I'm playing against an Eldlich player and this nib is pretty much useless in my hand. So I end up banishing the nib. Now this was not a call just because I was thinking I was playing against an Eldlich player. No, no, no. We had a 3 in 31 chance, because I already drew a card. We had a 3 in 31 chance that we would be drawing into a Nemesis card. And if I draw into a Nemesis card, I would have been able to put a Colossus on the field if I drew into my corridor by recycling a monster that I banished. So this was a judgment call on my part, thinking that the opponent is playing Eldlich, and I do want to banish a monster from my hand or any other cards in my hand. So that way if I draw into my corridor, it's a guaranteed Colossus on the field this turn itself. So again, it's all based on, a calculated risk to banish the nib. With this, we do not draw into it, so what I end up doing is I set down all the cards in my hand except for the Harpy's Feather Duster. So yeah, I do set down both my Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I do run 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors in my deck list. They are my secret sauce against this meta, because again, they do run a lot of dark monsters, and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror just kills off their deck list. I'm not worried about, Lightning Storm or Harpy's Feather Duster or anything. I'm saying if you have it, you throw it at me, I will lose the game. I was worried about, let's say, like Twin Twisters or Cosmic Cyclone, which would target 1 or 2 cards, so in case it targets 1 card and kills it off during draw or standby phase, we still have another one to fall into. So again, I just lay all my cards on the field. Don't care about Lightning or Harpies. We say it is what it is, we move forward. Get the pranks recycle, we draw into a right. Pretty bad at this point, but it's a good card for our next turn. We activate Bow Wow. Opponent still does not hand trap us. Like, this guy's field did not highlight at any point during my combo or Bow Wow Bark activation whatsoever. So like, this at this point makes me think like 90% I'm facing off against an Eldlich player, which I do regret because Eldlich cards are light monsters over dark. So you need a light imprisoning mirror to negate the Eldlich monsters or a shadow imprisoning mirror. So at that point I was thinking maybe these 2 cards are just dead cards that I have set on the field, which would be pretty bad at this point. So let's see what the opponent does. Opponent activates a Pot of E, banishes 6. Now again, if I see this card, the first thing that pops in my head is like I'm facing up with Eldlich. Guaranteed Eldlich at this point. Draws 2 cards and activates the Golden Lord from the hand. He pitches a copy of Guardian from his hand. Now, since he pitched a copy of Guardian and he did not activate the Guardian this turn, he could banish this card, set down a Conquistador for the next turn, right? And with this Conquistador coming on the field, since he will be having the Eldlich on the field as well, Conquistador comes in the field with a pop. Now, that's a guaranteed thing in my head at this point. Now he shows me he's gonna use the branded fusion. So I had no Ash Blossom, but this was actually an extremely crucial point in the duel where the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror comes in clutch. With the branded fusion, he pitches Golden Lord plus the Pollen of Albas to go into Albion. Mind you, he's not going into Lubellion. Lubellion is a light card. He's going into Albion, which is a dark card. So once he puts Albion on the field, he's going to try to activate it to go into his Mirror Jade, to which we activate the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This card, being a dark card, does get negated with a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. So he sets down one card, he tributes it with the Golden Lord, gets back into his hand, puts the Golden Lord on the field with 3.5k attack. Now, my opponent, after doing this, he tries to instantly go into battle phase. So before he does that, obviously we have to use our Pandemonium, go into our own monster, right? Now generally, I stress this point, and I don't know if you guys do watch my videos, if you guys are new to my channel and my videos, I cannot stress this point enough. If you are ever playing against a back row set deck that is not playing branded Eldlich, I would suggest for you to go into your Weather Washer with your Pandemonium play. First of all, you cannot pop this card with your Butler. This card is immune to destruction through card effects if it comes in the field the way it did with 3.5k attack, 3.8k defense. So Butler is pretty useless. Yeah, they would still bump into your Butler, kill off your Butler, you get your Butler graveyard activation. Yeah, it's all there. But Weather Washer allows you to push past your opponent's floodgates. Floodgates that generally prank kids have no business pushing past. The floodgates are the Warlords, Rivalry of the Warlords and Gozen match. So Weather Washer, being an aqua attribute, aqua type and water attribute, allows you to push past both Gozen and Rivalry, right? It is a water attribute, aqua type. Same goes for Dropsies. Aqua type, water attribute. Same goes for your Roaster, water attribute, aqua type. So if you go into your Weather Washer using your two cards, i.e. your Fancies and Lamseys, you get 2 copies of Dropsies on the field. That means it's a guaranteed totally awesome next turn, or you can normal out the other copy of Dropsies from your hand, and it becomes a guaranteed Roaster to wipe out your opponent's back row completely. So again, I urge you guys to do it. Also, Weather Washer on activation can banish the Meowmoo from your graveyard, pulling 2 cards from the graveyard, putting them on the field. Usually those 2 cards will be your Bow Wow and your Roaster, which will be serving as extra bodies to do whatever you want on your next turn. Extremely good. And even if your opponent opens up Rivalry or Gozen, you just select Aqua or Water, you pitch these 2 cards to the graveyard, you still get Roaster, you still pop your opponent's back, or you still go into your combo afterwards. It's extremely OP, and again, it's an underutilized effect of Weather Washer. But in this specific scenario, you need to go into Butler. Why? Because you want to pop the Albion off of the field. You do not want to leave the Albion on the field. So in this specific scenario, I do go into my Butler. Butler comes in the field face up defense. We have no place, so there's no point putting it face up attack for 3.5k. We get our all graveyard activations, chain linking your Dropsies as the last one in case you do not want to activate Butler. But we do want to activate Butler, so we activate Butler, banish Meowmoo. In case we draw into a corridor or a flag, we could recycle the Meowmoo, do our Prankets full combo again. Now we get the burn, we put 2 copies of Dropsies on the field, as you guys know. This translates to totally awesome instantly. Now over here, in the comment section below, if you guys were the Eldlich player, which card would you bump into? Do let me know about that, because if I was in this guy's position, I would have killed off the copy of Dropsies over the Butler. This guy is going into killing my Butler off. So Butler will be triggered in the graveyard, and the card we target obviously is the copy of Dropsies we used to go into our Butler. So I'm doing it this way because in case, now hear me out, okay? In case this guy opens up a floodgate like Rivalry or Gozen, or does any of those shenanigans, we still can make a combo happen with the cards we have on our field. It's a guaranteed fact that this guy is going to go into a Conquistador setup, so when he ends his turn, he's going to be banishing these 2 cards, this right here and the Scarlet Sanguine, to set down a Conquistador. So what he could have done is activate Conquistador on draw or standby phase, and since he has an Eldlich monster on the field, he could have popped one of my Dropsies off of the field, right? if he, like, I'm just thinking ahead what my opponent might make a play off of and try to counter all that. So if he pops one of the drop seeds, we still have a guaranteed drop seeds on the field to go into our Totally Awesome. So in case he sets up a Solemn Judgment, he has to activate Solemn Judgment to negate the Totally Awesome summon itself. Otherwise, we get an Omni on the field. So I'm just thinking ahead what play I want to make. So he banishes the Scarlet, sets down the Conquistador, we already saw it coming, and he ends his turn. He sets out another card from his hand and activates the Guardian, sets down a copy of Scarlet Sanguine to go into another Golden Lord on my turn, and that's the end of the turn. He tries to activate Albion, but as you guys know, the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is activated on the field. That means any dark monster from the field or from the graveyard cannot be activated, so it's still going to negate the Albion. That marks the end of my opponent's turn. Now, I'm sorry if I overanalyzed the whole thing, but that's just my perspective. I'm going to give you guys more information on my thought process as I'm playing the game. So the first thing you see in my hand is that I do have a Harpies. So Harpies can wipe out the back row, but what's the point of wiping out the back row? The only card we don't know is this card right here. So on draw phase, as I told you guys, he's going to be activating the Conquistador. Now, if you were again in this guy's position, let me know in the comment section below which card would you be popping. Now, when I was playing this game on stream, this guy, I don't know what was going on through his head. He chose to pop the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This is like the worst card he could have chosen to pop, because we as a Prankets player, we do run our fair share of dark monsters, right? Access Code is a dark, the Boral Sword Dragon is a dark, the Nightmare, dark, Predaplant, dark. So Shadow Imprisoning Mirror does affect us as Prankets players as well. So when I was streaming this game and talking to my chat, I was like, bro, please don't tell me this guy is going to use the Conquistador and pop the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror I have set up in my back row, because if he does, he instantly loses the game right here, right now. Because once this card is gone, we could go into our Nightmare Access Code and win the game easy. And lo and behold, the brain dead Eldlich branded player chooses to target and pop the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. And there it is. That literally just marks my opponent losing the game at this point. Instead of, killing a monster on the field or any other back row set. So I instantly go into my Totally Awesome, and this card turned out to be a Solemn Judgment, so I take it at face value. Sure, Solemn Judgment, negate our Totally Awesome summon. He pays half his life points. This just heralds that, my opponent is dead. He is legit, it's game over. He has no idea what he's playing into at this point. So we go into our right, get a token, put the Faithful. The opponent activates the back row set of Scarlet Sanguine because he knows I'm going to try to bounce it or negate it with the Griffin coming on the field anyways. So Griffin comes, face-up attack, as always. We get the Draco back Surge, yes sir. And then we activate again, search for Enchantress. We're going to pitch the Draco back, so Enchantress becomes another body on the field we can utilize to go into our Nightmare Access Code. That's the only reason why I search for the Enchantress. So with this, we bounce the card that is immune to destruction through card effects, the 3.5k attack Golden Lord. And once he sees me putting Enchantress on the field, my opponent knows it's game over anyways, and from here on out, he just scoops outright. That's gonna be it for today's game, guys. If you guys do enjoy this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily Pranked video uploads. If you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBduel signing out for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!